showtime.
Everybody, and welcome to the show. If you are new to these here parts, I am your host, Robert, a.k.a. The Tall Man. This is my lovely wife, Lisa, and co-host, a.k.a. Mrs. Tall Man. Not that anyone ever calls her that. We are coming to you live once again from the Ovation of the Seas. However, we are now in cabin 13134. We've moved.
You make it sound like it's a bad thing.
It is not a bad thing. The only bad thing is we're still in the freaking fog. Holy crap, we can't get rid of this no matter how hard we try. I swear to God, I feel the ship is making its own fog.
Yeah.
There's just a bubble of fog around the ship, you know.
I'm convinced it's the Sahara dust cloud. I'm convinced.
I don't know what the heck it is, but there it is. It's still here. We still have the fog. That is a 100% live view right outside of our cabin right now. In fact, we are, instead of the back of the ship, we're now close to the front of the ship. So we're going to swing balcony cam around so you can actually, look at that. There's the bridge.
That.
You can see one of the officers standing up there staring at the fog, thinking the same thing. When the is this stuff gonna go away? Too bad we don't have a microphone out there because they're blowing the foghorn again,
and we can hear it pretty good from here.
Yeah, unbelievable. So anyway, but we'll since we can't see much forward, we'll go ahead and turn it backwards. Again, thank you all for coming to join us tonight. We are going to be going over deck 15 and 16, which are the last two public spaces we have to show here. And so before we get off the ship, it's coming quick. It's coming to an end.
It is.
It seems like we just got here yesterday, but it also seems like we've been here for months.
I know.
I don't know how that is. So anyway,
don't know what day it is. Don't know what time it is.
Yeah, I don't know
if it's day 1 or day 18.
Yeah,
day 2 or day 19.
That has nothing to do with these, by the way. Look at that.
Yeah, we're in trouble.
Oh, hey, hang on. There we go. Here we go, everybody. I love a good mudslide.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. So we, just to make sure that we are clear on everything, we did a 17-day Transpacific Cruise here on the Ovation of the Seas. Mm-hmm. And that cruise came to an end a couple days ago. Oh, yesterday.
Yesterday, yes.
Came to an end yesterday. And we are now on what's called a preview cruise.
Yes.
This is for... they call it industry people, so travel agents, writers, producers, influencers, media in general. Mm-hmm. And because its new home now, at least for the next 3 months, is LA. And so they're bringing people here to say, hey, it's a beautiful ship, and it's going to be here now, so please book it. Right?
It is a beautiful ship.
So part of that is everything's included, right? So we didn't have to pay for the cabin, which was great. Our friend Chris, who we talk about, who was taking care of our group cruise. He got us on board, but the Wi-Fi was comped, and drinks are free, and it's not just for us, for everybody. So it's kind of a big party.
It is.
All right. So that being said, again, we're going to get to deck 15 in just a minute. We just want to say hello to everybody.
Yes.
So hello, Macrina. Welcome. John, good to see you again too, buddy. Happy Sunday to you, Patricia. Thank you for letting us know it was Sunday. If it weren't for, by the way, if it weren't for the day plaques inside the elevators, I'd have no clue.
I know.
Happy Sunday Fun Day, everyone. Looks like I'm going to have to talk to a customs officers on my upcoming repositioning cruise. Thanks for the tip, TMC. You're welcome. There you go.
Absolutely.
Good evening, Gina, Mama Tall Man. Good to see you. Bev as well. Yes, Macrina, it's not back. It hasn't gone anywhere.
Yeah.
One day.
Yeah.
One day.
We pulled into California, and it was even foggy in port. I was like, what is this?
Though yesterday, and I know we didn't stream last night, but yesterday the fog did clear at about 10:30. Some of you, we actually did a live broadcast on our Facebook group. If you're not part of our Facebook group, there it is. By the way, we're also going to be starting just a regular Facebook page that is not private, that is public. It'll just be a regular Facebook type business page, if you will. But we'll always have the group page where we'll post separate stuff there anyway.
Yeah.
But we're going to be starting Anyway, go there. This one's private. Got to answer a couple questions to get in. But we did a special broadcast live on Facebook, and we were the only ones on the ship yesterday for about 90 minutes.
Yes.
Which we'll talk about here in just a few minutes. But it had gotten sunny at about 10, 11 o'clock. The fog started to clear. And so we did see a little bit of blue skies and stuff, especially as we were leaving. But then the fog started to set in, about 6:30, 7 o'clock-ish kind of time frame. And it's been like that ever since.
All day.
Yep. No, I don't think it's the LA smog because we're far enough away from that now.
Yeah. It's, I don't know. It's just the difference in the cold and the hot, the difference in the temperature.
Alex, you wanted me to keep it on the bridge, brother. So guess what? We aim to please. So I will turn my camera and put it on the bridge. There it is. I'll actually aim it down a little bit there. We can zoom in. Do you guys want to, you want to
spy
on the officer? There we go. We're not
probably
gonna,
shouldn't do that.
Well, he's not doing anything. I mean, he's just standing there. He's got his binoculars. He's looking forward. I mean, where does he not have the binoculars? But that's what they do. There's always officers up on the bridge on watch, even though there's radar and different things that help them and things. There's always several people up there with binoculars, especially in foggy conditions, keeping an eye out on the horizon and things to make sure that we don't, run into some small, tiny little craft that maybe radar doesn't pick up. But anyway, so we can get right on up in there. Anyway, since we weren't invited, but we'll back it up.
Yeah.
Since he's gone. But there you go. There's the bridge. So we'll leave that there if you want to see that. Okay. Ooh, my daiquiris. Yes.
Yes.
My daiquiri. Group cruise. That's right. Hello, Elaine. Welcome. It's not Tuesday. It's Sunday. I don't know what's
or so they tell us.
So they tell us. Hello, Charles. Good to see you. Yeah, the live yesterday had beautiful blue skies. It did. We were so happy to see them. It was a couple of days prior we had seen some blue skies.
Yeah.
Which was the first blue skies we had seen since we left Japan.
It hasn't been entirely blue. It's been a little patch of blue.
Yeah.
And then it disappears.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I was like, I want to see if we can guess when they set off the foghorn. Yeah, I don't know. Fog bird. Okay, so let's get to deck 15 and 16. I know that a lot of you that are here want to see that, and that's what we want to do, get to the content right away. So we appreciate you all for being here. Just the housekeeping notes. 1, if you haven't done so already, do us a huge favor, guys. Hit the thumbs up button. If you want to subscribe, that'd be awesome too. We are all about cruising. We bring you some of the most detailed cabin reviews, ship tours, and we also are the only ones that pretty much broadcast every night. We're live on a ship. Come and join us. We'd love to have you, and it costs you nothing to subscribe and or just hit that thumbs up button. It'd be great. We appreciate your thoughts. 2, if you have any questions about the Ovation of the Seas, we're on here for just tonight and one more day. If you're live with us,
running out.
Ask it in the chat. We will gladly, thank you for the thumbs up. We will gladly, if we don't already know the answer, we will find the answer for you and bring it to you in the next show. Okay, we already talked about a Facebook group, so go to the Facebook group, answer the 2 questions. It'll let you right in. And we also do have a Patreon site, too, if you want to join and become part of the Tall Man Clan there on Patreon. So, okay, that said, let's get to deck 15 and 16, by the way. And again, if you're new here, we do it a little different. We do it Tall Man style.
Filming Tall Man style.
Today, Lisa and I, we are on the Ovation of the Seas. We are on deck 15, as you can see, and there's lots of stuff up here. It's all public spaces, so let's go get a look. We are in the front of the ship, and the first thing that we would look at here is the Vitality Spa, but it is a working day, and so there's people in there getting treatments, so we'll show that to you in a different video. We are going to stay sort of to the right of the ship, which oddly enough means we're going to the left. It's very strange. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the right, Lisa, and we'll circle all the way around later. So here is the sort of upper level of the enclosed pool. It's been nice to have this enclosed space. This particular cruise has been fairly inclement, mostly cold weather. It's still kind of cool out. You'll see people in jackets and things, but at least today it's not raining or we're not fully in the fog. But it's a nice running track out here on deck 15, circles all the way around the ship, which you're going to get to see. So this is where you check in to go to North Star. If you didn't know, North Star is sort of their, I don't know, it's like a crane with this big glass ball on the end that goes up and it swings over the side of the ship, and it's real neat. Just so you know, you do have to weigh yourself before you get on there because there's a weight limit. So if you're finicky about, sharing weight, we just want to let you know that before you get up there, you do have to weigh yourself. As you can see to my left here is the pool. This is the one that's obviously completely open to the air. It's actually open today. There's also the kids park down there. We showed you all of that on deck 14, but up here it does overlook that area. Normally there's chairs put out up here, but because of the inclement weather, they haven't put them out at all. Today has honestly been the best day that we've had since we left Japan. Getting a little bit closer to the United States, heading a little bit further south. We took a northern route. By the way, access to the forward or the aft elevators and stairs is right here. Anyway, so we left Japan and we took more of a northerly route, and so it's been pretty cool, and we didn't see water for 5 days. It was solid fog. So the Sportsplex is to our left. We're going to go in there in a minute. I just want to let you know the Sportsplex is to the left. We'll circle all the way around the back first. Or should I say the Seaplex? I can call it the Sportsplex, Seaplex. I think it's the Seaplex. Got some shuffleboard over here. Now, before we go around to the backside, we're going to take a detour up here to deck 16. Up here is the Flow Rider. Bunch of brave souls out here today. It is still rather cool out. Oh, this guy's a professional. Now, another neat thing up here is this. It's called ripcord. Get the ripcord from downstairs. I think you can get there from over here, maybe. I don't know. We'll take a peek. Yeah, you can get there from here. Lisa wants to do this. All right, back to the tour. I'm going to go ahead and clean the lens when I get down here, just in case we got a little bit of spray on there. So it's going to go dark for a second. It's just me cleaning the lens. So we're going to go around the side and then we'll go into the Seaplex on the other side. There's a set of stairs right here, as you can see, that gets down to deck 14. So we're in the back of the ship. That means the windjammer is just beneath us. Over here, this is actually where you check in for Ripcord and Flow Rider. There's a rock climbing wall right here as well. All right, so let's go inside the Seaplex, which I think we can get in right here. This is sort of their sports court. And all kinds of things happen in here. They do bumper cars, roller skating, basketball. You can see they're doing pickleball right now. This is also 2 floors, so we'll go upstairs as well because they've got ping pong tables up there. There's some Xbox games up there. See cornhole down here. Now remember, this is a 360-degree immersive video. There's some arrows up in the top corner of the top left corner of the video. You can use that to zoom in, turn the angle of the camera to the left or to the right, view whatever it is that you want to view. You have air hockey, foosball. This has been a very popular place during this cruise. You can see on the other side is where the ping pong tables and the Xbox are. We're going to try to get over here and do some bumper cars. There's also ping pong tables on this side too. There is an elevator here, an accessible elevator for those who have mobility challenges and want to get up to this deck. Well, we're just going to go back down the stairs. Obviously, you can see everything that's up here. But this is a great space here on this ship because we're able to use it for all sorts of things. It's inside, it's protected from the weather, which is why it's been very popular on this cruise because it just has not been friendly outside most of the cruise. I mean, even today, it's a little bit cool, but it's much nicer than it's been. At least we can see the ocean. We haven't seen the ocean in days. Of course, there's restrooms in here. There's water fountains. The arcade is also in here. So for all you arcade buffs who like the games, there's a variety of different games in here. Ski balls. Starting to see a lot of ski ball on different ships now. Of course, it says temporarily out of service, at least the middle one. Prize centers right here, the prize hub. A variety of different prizes. I think this is the big prize here, 5,000. Just a variety of different things. There's an exit out just to the right, but we're going to go how we came in here and circle around. This takes you to the elevators. You can enter the arcade right here as well. Again, this is the aft elevators and stairs. There's men's rooms and women's room right here as well. And we'll just circle around here and go into the other side. Now this is called Fuel. This is the nightclub for the teens. So we're not going to go in there right now, but it is a family fun area. Fuel. Now down here in the back corner is your Sea Dog, where you get your hot dogs. I think it's called Sea Dogs. Yeah, the Seaplex Dog House. Thank you.
So they serve different things here, but mostly hot dogs, right? I do believe they do sausages as well. It's early in the day, which is why it's not open. There you go. And there's also a drink station. Of course, it says temporarily unavailable. And I believe they usually put like water and lemonade and stuff out there as well. All right, so that's all of the Seaplex area on deck 15 and 16, as well as fuel and the arcade and the elevator area. So let's get back outside and continue on our trek. Continue on our trek on the track. There you go. You can see North Star doing its thing right now. For those who are not afraid of heights, that is a really unique place to get some great shots of the ship, of the ocean. I mean, really just about everything. As you can see, we'll just stand here for a second. It's now lowering. It's slow, but it is lowering down. And basically, you go over here, you're going to get hung out over the side of the ship. Yeah, it's neat. I would do it again probably on a port day, because I don't think it would be bouncing around. As not that it's bouncing, but we're moving, so the wind is blowing, so the capsule is moving around a bit, and I have vertigo, so it was throwing me off a little bit. So up here's the North Star bar over to my left. There's stairs as well. Get up and down. I haven't been mentioning those, I apologize. There is a ramp. It shows you right here. There's a ramp for those who are in wheelchairs or scooters to get up to the North Star bar. Now, just to my left is the entrance into the stairs and the elevators here, sort of where we started, but we're on the other side. I told you we're going to go at least all the way around, 360 degrees. So we'll do that, and we'll go inside from the other side, and then we'll go up to 16, which is where the fitness center is. All right, so this is right where we started, but we are going to go up to deck 16 as well, because the only thing upstairs is the fitness center. All kinds of workout equipment. Remember, the camera's 360, so you can stop the camera, you can angle it to the left or to the right, but they have every bit of equipment you might expect a gym to have. They do classes up here, spin classes, yoga classes, all kinds of things. There's water. The class area is sort of down here. And there are specific classrooms as well. Free weights. And there you go. And there is your Vitality Fitness Center up here on deck 16. So this video, we get to show you all of deck 15 and 16. I want to know what your favorite spot is. All right, until we see you on another deck or another ship, be safe.
Filming Tom and Style.
Well, there you go, everybody. We have now been able to show you everything that we can here. Believe it or not, we have still not been able to video the spa.
No.
Every time we go, the doors close.
The fire doors are closed.
And I also confirmed they are fire doors, and the alarm does go beep, beep, beep when it moves. Because I happened to be there when it was opening once or closing once or something like that. Same thing in the Windjammer.
Yes.
Because you've seen us do some tours before where there's a door and we will go on the, through some doors that are closed on us. The ones that just open like this, they're not alarmed. The ones that slide and that are mechanical this way, they're armed. So when
and
they move.
270 as well.
Yep, 270. The bistro.
The bistro at 270, yes.
It's closed every time we try to get up there in video. So anyway, but outside of that, we've got to show you all the ship. So thank you.
Yes, thank you all for the thumbs up.
Yes. So let's get back to some of your questions. Thank you very much for the thumbs up. Yes, Fogberg. In fact, here, I think it's actually gotten worse since the video.
I think so.
It is.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to see the bridge now. Well, it's starting to fog up around the bridge.
Let's move balcony cam to the back again. But yeah, it's getting thicker as we speak. Oh, it's just crazy.
I don't know about this fog.
Yeah, we're not going to be able to see the water again here in a couple of minutes.
I don't think so.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see if your friend is napping on the deck again. I don't think so. All right, so Alex, the North Star. So again, this being a preview cruise, it is open, but you had to pre-schedule it. We did get a time, and it was today, but it's like right now. So, yes, we were going to be able to, but no, we can't be here and there at the same time. We talked about maybe Lisa just going up there and shooting some video and stuff, but we've been on North Star before when we were on the Anthem.
Yeah.
And got video of it and stuff. And so, yes, I know it's not this ship, but of course with the fog and everything.
I'm not sure you can see anything anyway in this ship.
Not going to make
this cruise.
Yeah. So we didn't on the 17-day. We knew we were going to have the opportunity here. Same thing with iFly.
Yes.
Right? She wanted to get on that and do the something by iFly. What is it? Ripcord.
Yeah, Ripcord.
But again, we couldn't get in there either because it's just very limited opportunities.
Yeah.
And there's 3,400 people on this ship for this preview cruise.
Yeah.
So hello, Jared. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you again. Welcome back.
Hi.
Desiree, good evening to you.
Hi, Desiree.
Good to see you. Hello, Roderick. Welcome to you as well. Good to see you again, buddy.
Yeah.
How much is North Star? So on the 17-day cruise, it was free for the first couple days, and it gave you like a little taster. It went up for a minute or 2 or 3 minutes or whatever it is, and then it came back down. However, for the full experience, it was, I believe, $40.
$40. They have it listed under 2 separate categories. The first one is called Basic. And that is the free one. The one that they list as extended, that one is $40. So again, North Star Basic Experience, that one is free if you see that. North Star Extended Experience, that is $40.
And if you want to see that we have posted all of the daily activities, the daily Get the Cruise Compass, we have posted it on our Facebook group. So just go there, answer the 2 questions because it is a private group, and the information will be there.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wrong thing. But yeah, do that too. Hit the thumbs up. Cruising complete. How are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Good to see you.
Yes.
I know. First time on the channel. Just subscribe. Nice to meet you. Well, there you go.
Yes. Thank you so much. Welcome.
We are glad to have you. Welcome to the Nut House. Because we're just a bit nutty around here.
Just a little bit.
Just a little bit nutty.
Just a little bit.
Yep. So, so I was talking with Lisa, during the video and stuff. If you see us doing all of this while the video is going on,
he talks with his hands.
I'm Italian. What do you know? Hi, how you doing? I don't know. So, I don't think we're going to be able to broadcast tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's our last night on the ship. And again, it being a preview, people have brought us on. We do have some commitments that we need to meet with these folks.
Yes.
And so I'm not sure we're going to be able to broadcast tomorrow. However, once we get back to dry land, which obviously will be the next day, we will do our full wrap up and opinion here of the ship once we return back to Tallman Mobile.
Yeah, it's probably going to be not
the next day. It'll be
because we need to allow
travel
flight times,
yeah.
a couple of days.
So.
Yeah.
So you'll probably miss us for a couple of days, but we'll be back on to give you the full wrap up. of what we have experienced here the past. Well, it'll have been 20 days.
Yeah.
This is the longest we've ever been on one ship continuously.
Yeah.
20 days.
Yeah.
So,
Love it.
Yep.
Love
I
it.
can't wait to talk about it.
Want more of it.
Yep. What's up, Antonio?
Hey, Antonio.
We just said it. Yeah, this is the longest cruise we've ever taken. And, of course, it's 2 cruises. It was 17 days and then 3 days. But even just the 17-day by itself, it was the longest.
Yeah.
Previous to that, I think it was 15 days.
Yeah.
We did a transatlantic that was 15 days. So this was longer. Plus, she had the 3 days, so but it's 20 days in the
20
same
days
ship.
on the same ship.
Yeah. And Jared's like, I'm doing excellent. Good to hear. Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Glad to hear it.
No problem. Another reason to book another cruise, right?
Yes. Yes.
So it's funny, and I think we've shared this, before with you guys, but doing the amount of cruises that we do, me, and I'm the one that handles all the logistics of the reservations, this, that, or whatever. I forget that certain times and certain cruise lines, we have to think far enough advance to make reservations for things. Because there's always, usually 2 or 3 weeks before a cruise, there's this, moment that happens when I'm like, I didn't make reservations for anything. And so then I'm frantically trying to, get into eat places or again, something like North Star, or even on some Royal Caribbean ships, you need to reserve space for shows.
Yes.
Right? On this ship, the main theater, you do not. But if you want to go and see the show they do in
Spectra's Cabaret.
the 270 Lounge, Spectra's
Yes.
Cabaret, that does require a reservation.
Yes.
And so I always forget to do those things. Like on Virgin, all the restaurants are included. They're all specialty restaurants.
Yes.
But you do have to reserve them. You can't just show up.
Mm-hmm.
And so I always forget. And
But you know what? If you do forget like us, you can always go down and talk to the maitre d' for restaurants, and they will do their best to help you out.
And that's on all the ships.
On all of the ships.
All the cruise lines.
Yes.
We're just, I was just bringing in that. So. Wow, $40 is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
All it would be is a longer look around. Yeah, it would be. I think it's 15 minutes for the longer one. But, look, if you haven't done it, it
is a really cool experience.
even though it was a weird experience for me because even though it doesn't look like it's moving, trust me, it's moving enough that it freaked me out. One, I'm afraid of heights, and 2, I have vertigo. And so that movement with the ocean and the movement of it was just enough. I got down on my knees and I held on to the gondola with one hand, and I kept the camera in the other hand filming the entire time.
And I have photos to prove it.
So, yeah. But for those who it's not effective, it is a neat ride. Is it worth $40? Look,
I
you're
was happy with the basic experience. I was.
but even at the $40, you're not going to get to experience anything else like that.
That is very true.
Outside of this class of ship on Royal Caribbean, there isn't another thing like that.
That is very true.
So try the basic.
Yeah.
See if you love it. If you do and you want more time, then maybe you book the extended version of it, right?
Yeah.
So just a thought. But, it's one thing for me, like, when we were talking about when the Icon first came out, they were charging like, $99 for the obstacle course.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I know it's a new obstacle course. It's different. It's a little bigger. But an obstacle course is an obstacle course. A lot of cruise ships through the industry, not just Royal, but Carnival does, a lot of them, they have obstacle courses, right? It's not unique per se, but
This is
North
totally
Star?
unique.
totally unique.
Yeah.
Right? So, I don't know. Macrina wants to know, will we staying in LA or going straight back to Tall Man Mobile? We're going straight back to TMM. Our flight's, I think, at like 4:30 in the afternoon or something, so we don't need to be in a rush. But obviously, we're going to leave here, get transportation to the airport. I think it's LAX. We're going back home out of, and fly back to Tall Man Mobile.
Yes.
And but because of the time change and stuff, we won't get back to Tall Man Mobile till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
The wee hours
Yeah.
of the morning. Yes.
So that's why there'll be no broadcast that day. But we'll sleep it off and come to you the next day. So
Broadcasting from our airplane.
Exactly.
No, I don't think so.
yeah, no. Jared says, patiently looking forward to the Carnival glory while being in the peanut gallery hearing on what my sister is doing currently aboard the Anthem. Oh, nice.
Okay, very nice.
So
Didn't
she's
realize
on the sister ship.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we did the Anthem. We love the Anthem. I mean, it's the same ship, right? Same class of ship. And so she's doing a lot of the same things, except maybe not the free drinks and the free Wi-Fi. We didn't know we were getting that. We were like,
didn't.
what?
That
We were
was
so
a
excited.
bonus. We were just happy to be able to be on the ship again.
For 3 more days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, that was bonus.
And when is your glory trip, Jared? I forgot. I know. I think you told
I
us
don't
once.
remember. He did tell us, but I don't remember either. I know it's coming up pretty soon, I feel like.
I'm sure he'll answer you, but groups are closed during the weekend, so he's not going to know anything until tomorrow. There you go. Sometime tomorrow. I'm glad I could help. What did you all do when you were the only ones on board? Alex, I turned on my phone on Facebook, and we just went and did a Facebook Live, walked around the ship a little bit.
And I finished posting all of the menus and the food pictures from the last several nights because we didn't stream, and I was holding on to them thinking we were going to talk about the food pictures, and we never did, so I went ahead and posted them.
Yeah. So, we were up on deck 14. And the hard thing at that moment, because we weren't signed on to internet, was I'm on my cell phone, cell signal.
Yes.
And cell signal, for whatever reason, I know the reason, is the strongest when, of course, you're on the upper decks. The minute you get inside the ship, you got all the steel in the way.
Yes.
And so anyway, we spent a long time. We just walked around deck 14 a little bit.
We did.
And then I decided to give it a shot, and we went down into deck 5 and 4, and it became intermittent.
It did.
But it's weird walking around a ship when there's no one around except for some crew.
We had planned to take that opportunity when nobody else was on the ship to go and visit the spa and the kids areas and all those areas that had been behind those fire doors that we hadn't gotten a chance to. They were behind fire doors.
Still closed.
Yeah. So
still closed.
we still weren't able to get any video of that.
Yep. So, but so we just turned the camera on and had some fun. We're like, there's
Yeah.
nobody here. We get this 170,000-ton behemoth to ourselves. Talking about crew to passenger ratio. I
Yeah.
mean, how many crew were on here? It's like
1,500 or
1,500?
something. I don't know. Yeah.
So it's like 750 crew to 1. Talking about great service odds, right?
I'm telling you, man.
His sister's on the 7-day Alaskan. Awesome.
Nice.
Glory's all the way.
In December. I was
for you
thinking it
guys.
was much sooner than that. I was thinking it was like a couple of months away or something.
You could come on that Carnival Horizon in November.
That's right.
Just
We
saying.
talked about that. Yeah.
We have a group cruise coming up, everybody.
We do.
Here's some more info on it.
Come join us November 8th, 2025.
There'll be meet and greets,
Parties,
pineapples.
ducks, and of course the live shows.
Don't miss our first ever group cruise. We'll see
you
you on the horizon. Well, there you go, everybody. If you didn't get the email written down quick enough, there it is again. tallmanscruiseadventures@gmail.com. If you want to go, just send us an email. Just say, I want to go on the group cruise. We are not travel agents, so we didn't put this cruise together to make bookings off you guys. But we do have an agent that is handling all of that for us, so we can get some extra perks and stuff. Her name is Kathy, and so I will forward you Kathy's information, and Kathy will take care of you. Note, the ship is nearly sold out.
Yeah.
Don't hesitate. I mean, just send me the email and try to get in like ASAP. Right, I'm not sure what cabins are left, to be honest with you. Okay, there's another very large group on the ship at the same time. Not like a social media kind of group like this is, but like a big business group, like, I don't know, 1,000, 1,500 people or something. It's a large group. So anyway, there you go. Send us an email and we'll glad to have you.
Absolutely.
Let's see here. Patricia wanted to know if they fed us while we were the only people on the ship.
Yes and no.
The buffet was closed until 3 o'clock. So to back up, because we talked a little bit about it in the Facebook Live, but we'll repeat it here. So when the ship returned and docked, this is the first time the ship has been in America in a long time. So first thing that had to happen is they had to go through a detailed Coast Guard inspection. Now this is a lengthy process. So there's part one. We'll come back to part one in a minute. The second thing is half of the people that were on this ship were foreigners. So since it was not a closed loop cruise, but a one-way cruise, facial recognition was not an option. You physically had to talk to an agent. So that slowed the debarkation process down a ton. See, you can barely see the water now, everybody.
Oh, my goodness.
Right?
Let's get back to the bridge.
We're going to go back to the bridge, too. You can probably barely see that.
I know.
We're 5 cabins from the bridge, or 6 cabins.
Wow, look at that.
You can barely see the water. I'm going to turn back because you can't see anything. At least here you can see a little something. Can't even see it spinning, basically. There we go.
There we go.
We're only moving at like 8 knots. 7.9. We're actually getting slower.
And well, we're probably getting slower because of the fog.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pan down a little bit. See a little wave down there. Okay. So the debarkation process was hampered and slowed down dramatically because there were only 10 agents and it took forever.
It did.
So they were expecting to be able to let us off being the last 2 on the ship somewhere around 11 to 11:30. So that's what they told us, around 11 to 11:30, go downstairs, wait, but you have to be the last 2 off. And then anyway. So that being said, at the same time, they began the Coast Guard drills.
Yes.
And all the crew, they were in their positions while the Coast Guard did their stuff. So they kept on coming on. We're having to stop the debarkation process because there's too many people in the terminal and immigrations can't keep up. Mm-hmm. And so
just have a seat, relax.
Yeah.
We'll call you in a little bit.
So that backed up the process about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
Now we were due, I think, to leave around 4 p.m. in the afternoon. But at this point, I'm like, yeah, that's never happening. So around 12:15, somewhere in that area, I forgot the exact time. One of the officers came up to us and said, okay, it's time to go. Let's go. So we went through, took our keys, done, went down the gangway, got into the terminal, got into the baggage area, and then ultimately you can see where
the 1,000 people were waiting to go through immigration.
I thought it was about 500-ish people. Lisa thinks it was about 1,000.
There was a ton of people down there.
Let's say somewhere at this point now, it's noon.
Yeah.
People had been getting off the ship since 7:45, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Now noon. So 4 hours. There was a little less than 4, just call it 3,900 people. Okay, 3,903 to be exact, but 3,900 people. Actually, no, because we were 2 of them.
Yeah, so 3,901 people getting off.
Well, and Dan
Dan's mom
and son. So, 3,899 people.
Yes.
So after 4 hours, there were still approximately 500 to 1,000 people in line still waiting to clear customs.
Yes.
So we're like, oh, this is going to suck. So I don't know. The good Lord's parted the water. That's all I can say.
Yes.
But this gentleman walked us all the way to the front of the line, got a customs agent, cleared us, and boom, we were right back. Now, even though I just said that, it was still a half an hour process.
It was.
Right?
And they didn't immediately let us back on the ship. They had us wait in
a lounge.
In a lounge area.
Yep.
But we weren't there for very long. They told us, well, you could be here for a couple hours, depending on, how long it takes to clear the ship. But it was only, 5,
just
10
a couple
minutes? It was just, very short time, and then they let us back on the ship again.
Now, however, but because of the Coast Guard inspections and the rest to clear customs, they weren't going to let anybody else in until 3 o'clock.
Yes.
So everywhere around the ship, like the buffet, it didn't open until 3 o'clock.
Yes.
The restaurant, nothing opened until 3 o'clock.
They were planning on doing it at 3, and so that was when they were going to open it, because they weren't going to open up the whole buffet for just us. They weren't.
That would have
gonna
been great.
Do that. Yeah.
It's all for us.
And have it sitting around for an hour before anybody else came and
Take
no.
one scoop out of everything.
Right.
However, when we were walking around videoing, the Sea Dog, the Seaplex doghouse.
Yes.
You saw that in the video today. It happened to be open.
Yes.
It looked like he was just open, but it was open. So we had brats yesterday.
If you remember, they also had came on while we were videoing and saying, "Hey, we're gonna
Move up the
open
time
it.
a little
Yeah,
bit.
we're moving the time up a little bit." So he had already started his prep for it.
But we had already eaten.
Yeah.
We had done that before they said that.
Oh, I was thinking it was after. But regardless, we were able to we had brats.
We had brats.
Yeah,
So
it was good.
sort of yes, sort of no. And I know that was a long story to get there, but anyway.
Well, it was a long story.
Hello, Cam Fam. How are you guys doing?
Hi.
Antonio's looking for the flying tortillas, as Denny would say. No flying tortillas.
No.
Tacos, burritos, nachos, tortillas. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Jared says, what I know is that the next 6 months will fly by lightning fast due to how busy work is. But a great company cruise, nevertheless. Yep, absolutely.
Absolutely.
That's how it always been for us. We book a cruise. It's like, God, it's boom, it's there.
Yes.
Right? Now, that being said, we've always typically been last minute bookers. So it's usually
That's
pretty
true.
fast anyway.
Yes, that's very true.
It will be. I understood what you meant. Hello, Valerie. Welcome. Good to see you.
Hi, Valerie.
Where are you guys at? We are just outside of Ensenada, Mexico.
Yes.
That is where we're going to be tomorrow, Ensenada. It's just, a cruise has to touch some kind of foreign land.
Yes.
For it to...
To be docked and
Yeah,
to leave from one U.S. port and return to the same U.S. port.
Correct.
It has to touch foreign land before it can return to that
some sort of
same US
Patriot
port.
Act thing or whatever it is.
The Jones Act.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
We've talked about it before. I just can never remember the stinking number, but we have to go touch foreign soil. At least the ship has to dock there.
Yes.
We don't physically have to all get off the ship, but the ship has to dock somewhere, right?
Yes.
That is to allow them to have foreign employees.
Yes.
If we did nothing but U.S. like the Pride of America, you'd have to have U.S. employees. So
Correct.
It's different anyway. So,
Correct.
yeah, we're just outside of. Let's see. Of course, I'd want the phone to be connected, and it's not.
Doesn't it? Does the map up there show us?
It does, but the camera's
yeah,
there.
they won't be able to see the.
I was just trying to see if this phone would connect, and I'd take it over there, but no.
Oh,
Anyway.
gotcha.
Yeah, we have the map up on the TV that shows our speed, 7.8 knots now. Winds
We are slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, winds are only blowing at 1 knot right now, so there's no wind. It's virtually calm.
It is. It is.
So, just and fairly comfortable. It's not cold. It's a little cool, but not too bad.
No, it was cool enough that I decided to put jeans on this morning, but it's not cold enough for a jacket.
Still jeans.
Yeah,
When
short
it's-
sleeves are fine.
Macrina says, when it's foggy, I'm sure the bridge really wants those cabin curtains drawn at night. Yeah.
Yes.
The lights probably really reflect off the fog. We do. And when we are doing it at night, we keep the curtains closed.
Yes.
Just for that reason. I wonder if you could have ordered room service. I don't know.
You know, that's interesting.
But we hadn't technically checked into the cabin yet.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
And even though they ended up being able to start to let people on a little bit early, the cabins weren't going to be ready till 3 o'clock.
Correct.
Because remember, the entire ship, all the crew had to be part of that Coast Guard inspection.
Yes.
So all the cabin cleaning, it stopped for a couple of hours.
We were actually surprised when they came on the intercom because, like Robert was saying, we were still having people on, guests on the ship trying to leave the ship, and they called for all crew members for the Coast Guard inspection.
Yep. So, and of course, it takes a certain amount of time to clean several thousand cabins. Right?
Yes.
So,
Yes.
they weren't available until 3 o'clock. Now, of course, we'd already met our new cabin steward. We did that process during the last cruise. Our attendant from the last cruise, he knew we were moving down to this cabin. So we're down one deck from starboard to port and from front to back. So it wasn't
We're
too
up
far
on
of a move.
deck.
up one deck. Sorry, went
Yeah.
from deck 12 to deck 13. Sorry,
From the back of the ship to the front of the ship,
and
from
up
one
one.
side to the other side,
and then up one deck.
and up one deck.
So, in the morning before we got off the ship, we did bring our backpacks
Thank you.
and our rolling luggage with all of this stuff
Yes.
into the cabin to stash it. Our actual duffel bag luggage, the ones with our clothes and all that stuff in it, our cabin steward from our last cruise had it brought down.
Yes.
And it showed up, I don't know, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, something like that. Whatever.
It was probably around 4.
It showed up a little bit later.
Yeah, it did.
So.
It was pretty quick.
But yeah, we couldn't call for room service because we had no room to send it to because we couldn't check into the cabin jet. Yep, we're crawling. Yeah, we are.
Yes.
Party on the Seas. What's up, Party on the Seas? You're new to these here parts.
Hey, welcome.
Welcome to the Tall Man Clan. You know what you got to do, right? That thing over there. The subscript. Yep. So that is a live look from outside the ship for those who are joining us now.
You can see the fog coming in.
It's coming in. It hasn't gone anywhere. It's been there all day. We are up here in.
Well, it's getting thicker.
It is getting thicker. Yeah. Deck 13, front of the ship. Our cabin is 13134. That is our camera. It's on our balcony. As you can see, I am physically moving it myself. Well, the button.
Let's see if we can still see the bridge.
There's the bridge.
Yeah, we can
You
still
can
see
the
it.
bridge. The officer's not on it now. But you can't see anything else.
No.
Right? It's just so weird. But yeah,
let's go
so
back again.
it's just the story of the Ovation of the Seas 2025 is fog. It's just fog.
At least for May into June.
Fog. I
Yes.
thought I had, didn't I? I thought I had just the fog. No, that's record. No, that's the aqua horn. I know I had the video with it on there, but I thought I put it as a drop already.
Oh, okay.
But that wasn't even the first one. I
Yeah.
feel we blew up the actual foghorn.
I think we did.
It started with more of a
Thank you.
the fog that they had been using. The foghorn they had been using on the crossing
Yes.
was more of a smaller nasy. Me. It was a smaller sound.
And it was quieter.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're now using the main horn, which has got
Yeah.
some
Yeah.
some bottom to it.
It does.
I mean,
It's much louder.
yeah. Is this it? Hang on. I know it's the video. I just don't know. No, I think that was the main horn.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, it's just we can't get away from the stinking fog.
I know. I
Crazy.
was so surprised when we pulled up into California and looked out and you can see the port. It's just so foggy everywhere.
Do we prefer aft or forward? Ooh, that's a tough question. Hang on one second. Rock on, Party on the Sea. Okay, back to Alex.
Welcome.
So, I will say it like this. I'm going to talk about it and then tell sort of what we prefer. For those who have motion issues and those who follow us, and I wear a patch, I take
all
some
you can
pills.
see is your hand.
Right, I got.
All you see is your hand.
Can you-
There it is. Now
right?
you see it.
Right,
Thank you.
I have problems with the ships. All of them. They move. I have a problem with anything that moves. Cars, trains, planes, automobiles. It doesn't matter. So I wear the patch. I also take some pills. Prescription strength. That allows me to sit here and have a conversation as opposed to being passed out. Okay. It's because I have vertigo. It's not seasick. It's a different thing. Okay. Anyway, forward cabins up high like this, typically for someone like myself,
Not the best.
no, worst place to be, up high in the front.
Yeah.
You are going to feel the most motion on a ship up high and in the front. Okay. Next would be in the back, up high.
Yes.
Okay. So, however, that being said, I'm heavily medicated. Prescription wise.
Yes.
Okay.
I like to describe it as being on a seesaw or a teeter-totter for kids. You know, you've got your center point, which gets very little motion. And your front and your back is where you get the woo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you're in the front with the waves, you're always getting the up.
Yes.
In the
But
back,
add
you
to
get the
that-
waggle.
Add to that, you know, any wind or any swaying, and you've got this motion, a lot more motion than you're ever going to feel midship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's rough. So, but this ship, for the entire time, has been incredibly steady.
It has.
Incredibly steady. So, to sort of try to answer your question, Alex, honestly, I personally prefer midship as low as possible. Now, that being said, we have a YouTube channel, and you guys love that view. And we can't get that view from being low and in the middle on most ships. So, because I'm heavily medicated and it doesn't bother me, I either want to be towards the front and or towards the back. My only thing that I look at now is wanting to be on the outside of a ship.
Yeah.
Now, let me try to explain that. And I don't think I have a deck plan here to show you.
Well, most of the newer ships these days are kind of shaped like an hourglass. So if we're in the midship where he likes to be,
look at this.
We don't have a good view because you're inside, you're over.
Well, yeah, look at this. This is a Lego model that we gave away to a winner, by the way. Kiosha. It's on the way. It's fine. This is the MSC World America. If you note, at the center of the ship, there's an indentation.
Yes.
And so those cabins are set back inside the ship a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were on or in one of those cabins and I put balcony cam out, you're not going to have really good views.
You're only going to see the lower decks.
Because I can't look forward or backwards because we're sort of stuck inside the ship a little bit.
Yes.
What I was trying to do was go away. Why? There we go. I'm like, it's not what I was asking for. Deck plans. Let's pick, oh, geez Louise. Let's go deck 9. Oh, okay. Well, that didn't really work. All right. It's a little skinny. But in this ship, if you see all the way forward and all the way back, they're all the way out to the edge of the ship. The middle cabins, I mean directly in the middle, those are all suites. They're also all the way out to the edge of the ship. So we would have good views with balcony cam. Any of the rest of those cabins that are sort of inset, we wouldn't have good views. Right? So when we're booking a cabin, if we are indeed going to book a balcony, which we don't always book a balcony, we're happy to go inside. Mm-hmm. That is what we look for the most. We look for the best view for the camera.
Yeah.
Again, it's only because I'm heavily medicated and it doesn't matter where we are in the ship. Okay. Mm-hmm. But for those who are susceptible to movement, you definitely don't want to be high and in the front. So there
Agreed.
you go. I know it was long-winded, but, hopefully you like that.
Hopefully we gave you a detailed description there and you understand. And yeah.
Party on the Sea. Are you on the ship right now? Are you on the ship right now? Did we hang out with you and your wife the other night? It's hard to tell from a little icon. I don't know, but we hung out with a couple that's on the ship last night, I guess it was.
Yeah.
It was only, it's been 19 days, and I'm just trying to, wait a minute, it's just last night. And he's like, we don't wear this stuff all the time. And so, sometimes people just don't know who we are, which is fine. It's all good. We don't care about that. But we chit-chat, and it's like, I thought I knew you. And anyway, so. Antonio wants to see the video again of me being Jim Cantori. Oh, my gosh.
Oh, goodness. I'm quite sure you still have that. You couldn't have deleted that. That was from, the second or third day? No, the second or third sea day.
Yeah. I don't
second,
know.
Probably.
Okay.
Let's see if you can
It's
find
not
it.
loaded, so I'm going to have to.
Only for you, Antonio.
All right, guys. Just talk to Lisa.
Oh.
Y'all talk.
Yeah.
I'm going to
okay.
hide that for a minute.
I love how he says y'all talk. Oh, but you know what? I do have the comments up here, so I guess I
Yeah.
can read the comments here. I just can't put them on the screen. Let's see. Macrina agrees. Aft is better, less movement compared to the front. Yeah, I totally agree with that. Alex says, have you considered one of the Cove cabins? It would be great to see the Sea Wave. But Hal and Pal might not like it. Yeah, we've actually done the Cove balconies. That's one of our favorites. Yeah, we love being that close to the water. Trying to remember which ships we were on a Cove balcony on.
Well, it's all Carnival.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I don't remember what ship it was. But yeah, I love the Cove balcony. And, you know, Robert's always said he prefers being, you know, low on the ship. And those are perfect because they're usually, you know, deck 2. Great view. We've never been in a Cove balcony during rough seas. I know that some people have experienced that. And those Cove balconies, they actually have doors that can lock in case there is, you know, rough weather. So it's not coming in the balcony through, you know, into the cabin through the balcony door. But yeah, again, we've never experienced that. We've always had great weather.
Sorry. Guys, we have like a terabyte of video and nothing's 100% labeled yet. And so let me see if it's still on my phone and I'll just resend it. Oh, there it is. It's right there on my phone. So I can send it.
Perfect.
Okay. That would have been a much nicer and easier thing to do.
And Alex does say that there is another YouTube channel on the Ovation of the Seas. Can't remember their channel name.
Oh, there's many of us here.
Yeah, there are a ton.
I mean, Jay from Ship Life is here. Cruise Passion is here. Cruising Passion is here. Those are just the ones that we know that we've sat with. The people that we were talking about, again, I don't know if it's a Party on the Sea. They have a YouTube channel, if I remember correctly. Or maybe they do. Maybe they
Hanging with the Howards is here.
Yeah, there's a bunch of us here.
There's a ton of people here.
Yeah, it's an industry thing. So
It is.
all right, so give me a second. I'm gonna go. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? I don't know what I'm gonna do. Let's do this. All right, there's the ship again. All right, everybody, hang on.
All right.
And then I'm just gonna go downloads.
And while you do
Here we
that,
go. Here we go.
It's crazy! What the heck?
I hear it, but I don't see it.
Oh my god! Going for shelter! Holy crap!
There we
There
go.
it is.
All right. Hang on, we're gonna play it again. Hang on.
It's crazy! What the heck? Oh my god! Going for shelter! Holy crap!
Please.
For you, Antonio. And Macrina was asking if it was the celebration. I don't remember.
For what?
The Cove balcony. Did we have a Cove balcony on the celebration? We've been on the celebration 3 times.
Don't know.
And I can't remember for the life of
It
me. which
had to have
kind
been
of
once
cabin.
for sure.
You think?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no clue.
Yes, Macrina, aft is definitely better than the front. So, I mean, the center's the best. Aft would be second. Front, last. That's the reason. Wink, wink, wink. Right. Have you considered one of the Cove balconies? It would be. She was talking about that. Yeah, we
Yes.
love the Cove balconies.
Love them.
Yep.
Love them.
There's many. We just talked about that. Macrina celebration. Oh wow. They said beach please is on board. Yeah. Look,
A lot of people are on board.
I can't pick them all out. And I don't know everybody by name. And I feel bad for those who I don't know by name. I'm sorry, but there are a ton of creators on board right now and
Yeah.
influencers and stuff.
Without
and
a
so some are broadcasting, they'll already put out some shorts and some videos and things. I think we're the only ones that go live the way that we do. But of course we're just here for a couple of days. And so, but we've already been live, I don't know, Seven, 8 times now from the ship.
And Roderick, with your comment, oh wow, about Robert being Jim Cantori, I was going to tell you that I think the most wind speed that we had on this cruise was about 40 knots.
Yes.
We were on the Aqua, and it was blowing
60
knots. They wouldn't even let us outside
No.
of the ship. They locked the outside doors. You couldn't get out.
I took that shot. I was trying to get the horn, which is what I was trying to do.
Yes.
Because they switched horns.
Yes.
And I wanted to try to get the regular horn. And the best place to hear it is up front. And so I went up to deck 15, which I hadn't gone up to because it had been so windy, because we had a few days of pretty heavy winds.
Yeah, we did.
And so we'd go no higher than the pool deck, because the pool deck is still very protected. Get up on 15, I'm like, holy crap. And I managed to fight. I almost lost my hat. I went sliding, almost felt like I was going to be blown off the ship. Anyway, but I'm like, I'm going to do it. And so I got up there and got all the way to the front on deck 15. You saw that in the video tour today, the part that I sped up. That's where I got the horn, from the very, very front of the ship. That area sort of was slightly protected, but the wind was still whipping. And as soon as I just came out from the middle to go back, and interesting enough, I chose to go down what would have been considered the protected side of the ship. Like, the wind was hitting the ship this way, so I went that way. That's what you experienced. Me on the good side of the ship.
Here's what's funny. I was giving him a hard time because he had sent me up earlier to get the horn, and I came back in my video. You couldn't see the video. I just did it for the sound. And he's like, well, where's the video? Now he knows. I said, forget the video. I'm just doing the sound.
Rough. I wasn't trying to audition for the Weather Channel.
You should send that in. That's
Jim
funny.
Cantori, eat your heart out.
You should send that in. That's hilarious.
I envy all those guys. Or I should say, I don't envy them. Standing out there in that crazy weather that they do.
I can't believe they do what they do.
But some of it, no offense to all of the weather forecasters out there, but some of it is like really done up. You got the guy, they're braced. Oh my God, it's coming. And some person's walking behind them nice
Walking
and
their
calm.
dog.
Like nothing's going on. I'm like, okay.
We've
y'all.
seen that.
No. So not all of them do that. Yes, and a lot of them put themselves in danger's way. I get that. But there's some who don't. And they're dramatizing it up a little bit. Because, the ratings and this, that, whatever.
Thank you.
Thank you for the thumbs up. That was not staged. That's just trying to get back to some safe ground. In fact, I didn't even go all the way back. The first door that I could duck into, I ducked in. I think was the Seaplex. I ducked into the Seaplex because I came from the back of the ship and walked up the outside of deck 15 all the way. I'm like, I'm not doing that again. No. Yeah, it was not doing it. Elaine is laughing out loud. I'm do I amuse you like a clown? Joe Pesci from Horrible Pesci. TMC is TWC. Breaking weather news.
Well, you turn that M upside down.
Yeah, right.
Just saying.
No, we're hang on. I don't even have that anymore, do I?
No, you were looking for that the other day. I thought.
Breaking news.
Here's the latest cruise news with your host, the Tall Man.
It's crazy! What the heck? Oh my God! Going for shelter! Holy crap!
You just have too many toys.
Now we're laughing out loud. Oh, Roderick. Yes. Gotcha. Okay. Awesome. Lisa, that wind would have blown you overboard.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Yeah. It's like, woo.
Macrina
Yeah.
says, Robert, you're lucky you were able to get back in. Have not been locked outside. I know, right? Well, worst case scenario, I would have just sat down on my butt and be pushed to the next set of stairs because everything was wet too. And then I would just grab the stairs and went down. Like the pool deck, there's stairs.
Sometimes when they're wet like that, sometimes they're slippery enough.
Yeah, what's up, Mark? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Hi,
Good evening.
Mark.
Such fun. Yeah, that was a fun night. That was earlier in
yeah.
this 19 days. 'cause
See, now you got to show them what it's like outside now.
yeah, we'll go back to
the seas
balcony
are
cam.
calm and there's
It's just
barely
foggy.
any wind. It's just you can't see a darn thing. It's just so foggy.
We've slowed down some more. We're at 7.6 knots. Balcony cam. Yeah, we're not moving much. We're just sitting here. 7 knots. It's just foggy again. So that was from earlier in this cruise during the Transpacific crossing. Actually, the last cruise. The first. We were 17 days Transpacific, and now we're in day 2 of
our 3-day.
our 3-day preview cruise. Yeah. So tomorrow we're going to be in Ensenada, Mexico. We've actually never been to Ensenada.
No, we haven't.
So we have one of the nice things about this type of cruise, and of course we've already done it, but they have cabins that open for us to video. But we've already done it.
But still, when they open up the cabins, it's just like this line
It's for
of
everybody.
people, and
Yeah.
you can't really get any good views.
Now,
Yeah.
so having a daiquiri here. Anyway, so yeah, Mark, we were just playing around with video from earlier. Somebody wanted to, play your Jim Cantori impersonation. Did you see any other ships out at sea?
We
Alex,
saw 2 freighters.
I can't see a thing out there. What are you talking about? Dude, there could be a ship 100 feet from here aiming right at us and we can't see. I don't have infrared goggles, man. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, when it cleared up one day, we saw
Yeah,
2 freighters, and that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
That is it.
We haven't seen a cruise ship since we left Japan.
No. What was that ding?
I don't know.
Somebody texted you.
Oh, that's people on board with us.
Oh, okay.
Do you want to go to Valle de Guadalupe? Wine tour driver at $50 per person.
Ooh.
Hang on. We are broadcasting live right now.
Come on in.
Can we decide after? What do you think we should do? Should we go on a wine tour for $50 per person, guys? Yeah. So even in the 17 days, of course he replies back, like, dude, he gave us a thumbs up. Yeah, no cruise ships, 2 freighters, and it was later in the cruise.
It was much later.
Yeah, a couple
Yeah.
days away,
We
a
were-
day or so away from the sea.
Yeah, we were pretty darn close to California.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so,
like 2 days out, I think.
yeah.
Yeah.
Antonio's like, Alex, they can't even see the ship they're on. I know, right?
You walk outside and you can't see your hand in front of you.
No. If you guys scroll back to the
Yeah.
beginning of this, you could see the water.
Yeah.
And the fog is completely set in now.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to turn it. Let's see
See what the bridge looks like.
from the bridge.
Okay. Okay,
I mean,
well,
we
you
can still see the bridge, but
You can't see in front of it.
no. No.
Yeah, there were days that the opposite side of the ship. If you were on the starboard side, you couldn't see
The port side.
side.
That's how thick it was. Yeah.
The water over the pool was just nothing but fog, nothing but fog.
Click to start.
What happened?
No. It started. So I wonder.
Oh,
Wonder.
wonder.
You think it'll work?
I
It's
don't know.
Bluetooth, though, isn't it?
It is. It's not going to work. You're going to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, my phone is also connected, and so here, let me.
The last time you tried it, you lost reception very quickly.
Did I?
Yeah.
Okay, then. Yeah.
I would say it's not worth it.
Okay. Again, my phone's on. It's acting like a camera, and I know you guys can't see it, but I was trying to get you guys to see it. But here, let's go back here. I'm trying to.
You know, this darn thing will not connect when we want it to, but when we're just sitting here talking to you guys and not even planning on using it, it just goes bing. Hello, I'm here.
Yeah, there it is. But it's connected through Bluetooth. There's no wires.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll go back to E. Back to E. So yeah, so there's no wires. It's just connected through Bluetooth. So I could actually take it out there, but I was thinking about just taking it. Of course, it just shut itself. It literally just disconnected itself.
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
just
and I
sitting
was
right
going to
here.
say why we've got balcony cam.
Whoa, what is that?
That, yeah. Where did your toys go? Okay.
They're here.
There we go.
Go away. Go away. There we go. Okay. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, I was thinking about maybe we'll try to take it up to so you could see the outside deck live on deck 14.
Gotcha.
But no,
Yeah.
can't. So anyway, Macrina, so the foghorn is sounding. Yes.
Yeah.
Macrina, it's still sounding. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yes. I'll do the wine tour. She wants to do. And Patricia's like, but you don't drink. Exactly. I don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex like, I should have known better. Yes.
With this group, absolutely.
Ships don't use their high beams. You should invite the other YouTubers on the live stream. We've done it before.
Yeah.
You know, we actually we interviewed Jay.
Yes.
We didn't have him on the live show.
That's true.
And
Yeah, the only ones who have joined us on the live shows, we've had Mark and Rocky,
Yep.
and then we've had Jay
yeah, we've had
from
Jay from BX Journeys.
Yeah, BX Journeys.
Yep. So most of these guys on such a short trip, it's hard to focus. Sorry, it's hard to focus on anything outside of you getting the things that you want to get for your channel and the video content, because there really, really is limited time.
3 days is not a lot when you're trying to gather content. It is just not a lot of time.
Right. So you have that 3 days to get as much video done as possible for however you like to video, and then it's done. You're off the ship in front. It's oddly enough, it's one of the reasons why we decided to do the 17-day, so we had plenty of time.
Yes.
And two, for our Alaskan cruise next year, that's also why we did the Holland, New Amsterdam, which is the ship we're going to do in Alaska next year. We did it this year already, so we could get
Yes.
all of that video done. So when we go off to Alaska, we can concentrate 100% on Alaska
Yeah.
and not the ship. The ship reviews have been done.
Yes.
Now it's time to go to Alaska. That's next year, next
yes,
May.
Next May.
Yep. So 11 months away. Speaking of countdowns, right?
Yeah.
So there you have it. Anyway, we are going to have to get out of here in just a few minutes. We're going to stay just a couple minutes more, but we have engagements and things that we have to get to tonight. Because again, Preview Cruise, they do expect a few things of us, so we have to do that. One of it's going to eat. We got to go eat dinner. We have the late dining option, which normally we don't do. We normally do early dining.
Yes.
But because there's a 3-hour difference between the West Coast and the East Coast, and we always come on at 9 o'clock in the evening, late dinner works great.
Yeah. That
So-
puts our broadcast time here at 6.
Yep.
So late
Yep.
dining, yeah, got
So-
plenty of time.
But we do have to go and do that. So if you have any last minute questions, get them in now. If you're watching the replay, if you've been with us this long, leave a comment, because we do answer all the questions. So not a problem. Roderick says, great content, you two.
Oh,
and
thank
you two
you.
travel safe. Thank you so much, Roderick.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're flying back to not tomorrow. Tomorrow's in Ensenada.
Yes.
But look, Ensenada is
you.
like a stone's throw from LA.
Yeah. It's pretty close.
We're making it home from Ensenada just in a few hours
Yes.
back to LA.
Oh, yeah.
So today we've just been, I don't know what we've been doing today. I should look at the map. We've probably been out here doing loops.
Circles.
Hey, what's going on, man? Thank you for the thumbs up.
up.
Yeah, so Antonio's like, any clues yet on the next group cruise? You know, how many times you guys going to ask?
Oh, my
Antonio,
gosh.
come on now, man. We told you.
Yes,
Now-
that'll be revealed on this
It-
upcoming group cruise.
What is? But we talked about it earlier
Yeah.
on this ship earlier in the because we've been here for 19 days now. So 12 days ago, we talked about we're not going to give it any real serious thoughts until we get off of this.
Yeah.
This was a big thing for us. We've never been to Asia, right? We've never been to Japan. We've never done a Transpacific. We've never done a cruise this long. There was lots of things, and we were looking forward to it. So we wanted to pay attention to these things and getting ready and research. We try to learn a little bit of Japanese and just some stuff like that. And so we spent a lot. We've got a ton of video that we shot in Japan that we haven't even gotten to edit yet. So we have those videos coming. So all that stuff, remember, we can only get it while we're here. And so we'll worry about what the next group cruise for 2026 is going to be. But we've already given you some parameters. It's going to be the same time of year. It's going to be first, second week in November, so it'll be after Halloween, but before Thanksgiving. I just don't. I put a poll up on our YouTube channel on the community, and it looks like 7 days sort of seems to be the winner. I haven't checked on it in a while, so let's go check on it right now. We'll do that live. So let's check on that. Nope,
Okay.
That's the wrong thing.
I have so many windows up there. I don't know what everybody's looking at this point.
Oh, jeez, go away. This is one thing that I hate about this app. When you hide it, it does not stay hidden. Hidden. You know what I mean. Leave me alone. Proper English. All right. Going to the channel. Posts. Let's look at posts.
All right, let's do it.
50% of the people want 7 days.
Okay.
31% of the people want 8+ days. And 19% 3 to 6 days. So probably it's going to be 7 days, right? And I outside of that, I've got no answers to give you. Outside that, it'll probably be a 7-day cruise. I can't say where it's going to come from. I can't say what line it's going to be. We're going to look at all of that in coming weeks, truthfully. So, I mean, I'd be on a 20-day if y'all had come with us, but I understand a lot of people can't get off work that long, right? And so 7 days is probably that sweet spot. I think the 8 days, if it leaves on a Saturday and back on a Sunday, that works, right? Because it's still the weekend.
Yeah.
So we just have to look around and find some things, that are going to be amicably priced in a good way. I haven't drinking that much. I promise you. It's the only cocktails we've had today.
Yes.
But we're going to have some more because they're free. Yeah, so I don't know if it'll be out of Florida. I don't know if it's going to be out of Galveston, New York, California. I have no idea. But when we find the right one that's priced good, and most affordable for people.
You got to remember we're cheap. We're going to look for good value.
I will say this. It won't be Carnival. Right, we're gonna spread the love. This first group cruise is, and we're not because we don't like Carnival. We're doing Carnival on this group cruise on the Carnival Horizon. The next one we're gonna do on a different line, whether it's Royal, MSC. Well, it won't be NCL. Celebrity. I don't. Could be NCL. I don't know, but yeah, we'll figure it out.
But yeah, we're gonna look for the best value.
Yep. Best value for everybody.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. And Mark Rank says, enjoy your dinner. We will be.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Way late. What's up, Daniel Fields? Hello. Yes, you are way late. We're just about to get out of here. Have a banana split. I had several last cruise.
Yeah.
We never brought it up, but yeah.
It's in the Facebook.
It is, but we didn't bring it up live.
That's true.
Yep. So, I had 3 banana splits on the last cruise.
Yes.
I see you on the map. You're like 40 miles out. Yeah, we're
very close.
Yeah, which I don't know. I can't believe we're moving. It doesn't even seem like we're moving.
It really doesn't.
You're south of Ensenada heading north. I know it's funny that we went south to come back and go north, but again, it's right there.
We just have to get in international waters so they can open the shops and the casinos, and they're just going to kind of hover out there and burn as little fuel as possible.
Right?
Yeah.
Alex says it's a big loop. You've already passed Ensenada, now you're turning back. I know, right? Just whatever you do to make up time.
Yep.
You will most likely see the Carnival Firenze import with you. Nice.
Nice.
I always vote 8 days. Yeah, right? Why? Because it's one more than 7. My vote is a 7-day from Galveston on MSA or Royal. Okay. My vote, Infinity and Beyond.
Love it.
Choose a great ship for a best/lower price. Absolutely. Look, if it's going to be MSC, it would probably be one of the sea ships because we
Yes.
love that class of ship.
And they're
Seaside,
sailing from Galveston now.
Seaside,
They will
Seascape, Seashore, Seaview, right? We haven't done the Seaview, but we've done the other 3.
Yes.
Great class of ship. I feel equal in size to say like the Carnival Celebration, right? Maybe slightly smaller.
I think a little smaller than the
slightly smaller.
Celebration.
But they look great. They feel great. Everybody spreads out. It doesn't feel crowded. Nice sort of ships. If it's going to be a Royal Caribbean, be honest, I like this class of ship.
I do too.
This is our sweet spot that we really like from Royal Caribbean.
Yeah.
Their Oasis class and, of course, Icon and stuff. Fantastic ships and what they offer. That's just not our speed. Right, which there's nothing wrong with that, but not our speed. Which, like I also said with MSC, we enjoyed the World America, amazing, but that's like an Oasis class ship. It's not our speed. And didn't they just like really give some more details about their new ship that's just going to be bigger than the Icon class?
They're still
Wow.
They're planning. Yeah, they're in planning stages.
Crazy. Like what, 260,000 tons? 250 something?
Like 265, I think. It was like 15,000 tons bigger than the
Icon.
And the Icon was what they're planning to do.
Crazy.
That's just
Crazy,
Yeah.
crazy.
yeah,
Crazy.
way too big for me.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah,
So
we're gonna need 3 days to cover that thing.
it takes us 5 days to cover the Oasis class ship.
Oh, I was talking about just doing the passenger cabins.
Oh, yeah, 3 days, yeah.
It's going to take us 3 days just to do that.
We're going to be nocturnal that entire time.
I think so.
Episode 7 or 8 is best. I'd love longer, but with travel pre-cruise, exactly. That's why we're talking about it. A lot of people again still work, and so once you get outside that 7-8 day period, all of a sudden now it's 2 weeks, right? So we'll keep it like that.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. We don't have to go home, but we do have to get the out of here. Peace. Love ya.